Okay, hi, it's me. Just kill that. Make that smaller. There we go. Awesome. Hey, Kate. Right, cracking on with a bunch of Night Lords today. So this guy, Thorkios, and Big and Soon is how I want to get the entire unit, pretty much. His rim on his face is still drying. Just let that dry. There's maybe a couple I need to do a bit more highlighting on the red on his shoulder and maybe on the coils of the gun, and I need to do transfers on him too. But that is the headsman of the Terror Squad, and I think he's turned out really well, if I do say so myself. So, time to do the other 9. Now, I've already done the blue on them, and base coated all the parts that are going to be black, so that's armor joints, right shoulder pad, and right knee pad. On these guys, the right knee pad is going to get a red hand, and the boss is going to get a red hand on his shoulder pad as well. It's just these ones, the regular guys have the studded Mark 5 shoulder pad, as well as the, it's a bit warm again. I've turned the heating on it, it's quite warm in my hobby room. I'll have to go outside and turn it off. Anyway, let's get on with the boring part. I'm just going to move some paints out of the way because this is going to be pretty much me base coating a lot of parts with Leadbelcher for the next however many minutes. I have 9 boys to do. Here they are. Not this one. This one is a Crimson Fist. And once I get the silver on these, that's going to be like the bulk of the work done. Pretty much. That's all of them. So, without further ado, let's rock and roll. Let's go big. There we go. One day I'm going to stop knocking at my camera. Today is not that day. It's big. God, it's like treacle or something. Okay. Where is... Before we start, I'm just gonna... They haven't lost all their guns. I just haven't assembled them with guns yet. Don't be silly. I mean, they're very sad, yes, but that's not because they don't have bolters. They've all got Volkite guns. Yeah, they're a terror squad. They can do that. I need a new pot of Leadbelcher. Oh yeah, Volkite's fucking everywhere in 30k. There's so many different Volkite guns. You can equip like heavy weapon squads with them. You can equip like various units with them. There's various different kinds of Volkite gun. Listen, if you want to deflagrate someone, 30k baby. I think the officially recognized sound for Volkite weapons is choom, but I will accept Ween. Right, let's get started. I'm gonna have to change this paint water out when I'm done. It is Dungeon Ball next week. I am looking forward to that Necromunda market, not for Necromunda, but for Orc reasons. So these guys are getting silver shoulder pad rims, whereas the sergeant's getting the gold. I think it's called the Headsman, the Sergeant Edition. If I can get all this silver done on these models, I'm going to be extremely happy. Because then, it's pretty much just the skull mask, shoulder pad thingy, and doing the guns. And the bases, of course. The client didn't give me specific instructions of how to do the bases. Just said nothing too fancy. Hey, Aglas! So I've gone for this kind of fairly generic desert base because it contrasts well with the very dark Night Lords. Do the bases. Do the bases. It's important. Bases are really important. Look how good this guy looks with his base. There we go. That's better. See what I'm doing now. So I've got to do 9 more of these and a Leviathan Dreadnought's base. Suck it up and get it done. Hey, Crystal. Yeah, take it. Look. Yeah, Crystal does great bases. You gotta make a game of it, you know? Whoops. Blink. Any good examples of basing up here? Well, Tharian down there. That's pretty good. Yeah, no, today's stream is mainly going to be me painting silver on these models. There's a lot of silver to paint. But I gotta crack through it. I want to get these done by tomorrow so I can get them boxed up and paid for the first set, and then I can get started on the next lot, and then the next lot, and then the next lot, and then eventually I'll have done them all. Because I'm doing them in bits, I won't be able to take a photo of them all together, which is a little bit annoying. But I also don't want to send the entire lot to the States in one go, because a lot of models and a lot of money's worth to get lost in the post, you know what I mean? Yeah, Nostromo is basically like planetary Gotham. I'm quite looking forward to be able to do my own stuff, which I might indulge myself with a bit of my own stuff on next week when I finish this lot. I fancy painting some Titans, to be honest. Yeah, Titans. I have still got my 2 Nemesis, Warbringers, and my War Master to paint, so it'd be quite nice to actually crack on with those. So I can actually play games with them. Could do more Orc stuff. A bunch of Orc stuff that needs doing. All my Beast Snaggers. What else do I need? What else does need doing? A bunch of stuff really. That's the problem. I've got too much stuff. Could do my Necrons, to be honest. I fancy like painstakingly layering white over stuff. It's a beautiful scheme, but it doesn't have to take a million years to do. Yeah, Mortarian's Fart Planet doesn't do well in the old tourism stakes, I bet. Like, yes, Blood Bowl team. Especially if Dungeon Ball's coming out. Oh no. Well, you know what that means. You need to get your Blood Bowl team finished so you can paint a Dungeon Ball team. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Dungeon Ball. Fleece is pretty good though, is the thing. What would that be? Like Beastman and like Beastman. Just like, you know, it's not just gonna be. Yeah, it's pretty accurate. Like this, it's weird. It's cool, but it's weird. There are like rules for bouncing the ball off the dungeon walls, and there's all kind of weird traps and shenanigans in the dungeon. You still have to get a ball into an end zone of sorts. It's just, you know, it's not as simple as yardage. What's this out next week? There's new Necromunda guys. They look pretty fun. No number of people said this on Twitter already, but it's finally good to have a proper Chaos Cultist kit. Or like generic Genestealer cultists. If you don't want them to look like mining guys, you could make them look more like just hivers, I guess. That could be cool. There's the little tiny knights, which is very exciting. So I had a friend over for a little bit, and I demonstrated the size difference between actual 40k knights and the little tiny Titanicus knights, and how even tinier the armages are going to be. So that's great. God, this is going to be tedious. Painting the metal parts of Space Marine backpacks is surprisingly tedious. It's like one of the worst parts of painting Space Marines. So these little backpack vents and stuff, just kind of trashy. I mean, yeah, it's pretty funny. Listen. Like, those little knights are going to be pretty useful as like a counter to Slightly larger, more annoying knights. Say more annoying, more threatening knights. They, those ones armed with thermal spears will be troublesome enough. Eh. See, these have slightly pointy knee pads, so at least you can, like... See, Mark 6, that's where it's at. Truly, Kate, you have defeated us with your, advanced painting techniques. Right. That's 1. 8 more to go. If they do make an Imperator, it's going to be ridiculous. Like, the War Master's already big, you know? To finish mine. But, like, oh god, the Imperator would just be bonkers. They'd have to sell it through Forge World, and it would just be a gigantic resin thing, and, like... Because those, like, bastions on its legs are supposed to be able to hold, like, a platoon of infantry. Like, can you imagine how big that would have to be to, like, be armored, hold an entire platoon of men, and also contain all, like, the necessary bits and bobs to motivate the legs? It's nonsense. What are you trying to pull, James Workshop? You know? What shit is this? I mean, listen, the actual scale of the Imperator Titan, like all Titans, has been all over the place, and it's not until Adeptus Titanicus that it's specifically been, like, Titan sizes have been specifically nailed down, really. I guess the Forge World Titans in the Imperial Armor books kind of nailed it down, but, like, we now know how big a Warlord Titan is. We now know how big a Revenant and a Warhound, and Warbringer wasn't a thing, but now it is, so how big that is, how big the Knights are in relation to those, how big a building is in relation to those. Like, how big is an Imperator Titan? Is it, like, just a bit bigger than a Warlord, but it's got a cathedral in it? Or is it, like, just so much bigger than that, you know? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves as fans of this ridiculous bloody game. Maybe it's like building in the same way like a mini golf course has buildings. Like they're building shape, but they're not actually buildings. Imperator Titan is just like a wall of Titan with somebody's really elaborate Lego city on top of it, you know? I potentially am going to have someone commissioning me for one of them big dragons. It's just going to be obviously well after I've done this commission. These little studs on the armour are going to be the death of me. They're going to kill me dead. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to... This job isn't going to be finished till after Christmas, so I'm doing it in... Oh, no, actually... No, because the next thing... Yeah, I'm probably going to have this finished by start of the new year. Then after that, like... After that, I do have a potential another army to do, but still need to check with the client on that one, because I should just follow that up actually. I think you've hit all the little studs. Another one rises up like a predator from the deep. I don't think I'd want to paint that many Mega Gargants. You know? Like, I'm really hoping I don't get pigeonholed into painting a specific kind of thing, because, like, that would really be boring. This keeps things fresh, you know? Think, no, it's probably not the time, but after Christmas, I'm gonna. You have become known for squigs, Crystal. This is true. Have you seen my? Have you seen my tag squig? Garbage disposal. I've got some Beast Snagger stuff coming up that you're going to appreciate. Yeah, just search for Crystal McDowell on Twitter. And Instagram, actually. There are many, many squigs. Have you made a start on that giant pile of Templars that GW sent you, Crystal? Okay. Exciting. Yeah, if you've seen some like amazing technical squigs, they're probably crystals. And if they're not crystals, they're probably Louise Sugden's. I believe there is a contract. And, I don't know if folks are at liberty to talk about it, so please don't feel any pressure to say anything you're not supposed to, Crystal. Cool. I did see Louise's squats. They are extremely good. Like, she paints little freckles on them, and it's like, what the fuck? Yeah. There is, I understand, a contract that has been signed. So let's just leave it at that. Don't want to be getting into trouble on my stream, you know? I'm the only person who gets into trouble on my stream. Yep, it's true. Making trouble. Saying dumb things. Hey, Felicity. Kind of hoping Dutch shows up so I can show him the unit leader. See what he thinks of it. I need motivational music for this. Maybe tomorrow to get all these finished. I'll just put on like Guile's theme or something. Which is, you know, powerful stuff. Hey, it's going alright. I'm painting commission stuff. I've seen you around for a while. I hope you all like Leadbelcher, because that's pretty much all I'm going to be using tonight. If I can get all this metal based by the end of this stream, I am going to be a happy bunny. So yeah, not a very exciting one, folks, but sometimes you just have to paint a bunch of armor studs. Yeah, cool. I mean, if you can get into the... I'm far too fidgety. Like, whatever manner of neurodivergence I have, I can't focus on things. I wish I had the kind of ADHD that made you focus on things. Like, doing this on stream is really good because it means I'll actually do it. Whoops. Hell. There we go. Let's go a bit touch that. Yeah. So yesterday I managed to do the highlights on and paint the base coat the black on every single one of these guys, and that's the most concentrated I've been on anything ever. I'm very proud of myself. Then I had a lovely bath at about 2 in the morning, and I went to bed. Thought I had to get up, go be social, but then it turns out I didn't, so then I slept some more. Which, you know. Right now, so the first batch is Sevatar. Hello. Still need to finish off his scenic base. The Leviathan. Hello. Who needs its base doing? And these 10. And this is going to be the first lot. I'm going to send them off once they're done. And then I'm going to do the next lot. The next lot will be the 10 Terminators, the Contakar Terminators, and a Sicarian tank. Then after that, got some Night Raptors, a Deradea Dreadnought, Kurtz, and a Contemptor to do. I'm just going to do it in... So this is the first... This is the only time we'll be painting 3 distinct units. Everything else is going to be 2 units. I was going to do the Contakar Terminators as part of this original batch, but I realised that Sevatar probably warranted a bit more attention, and I knew these guys, this Terror Squad, would be pretty swift to do, so, you know. So this first batch has taken me about 2 weeks. I'm hoping that each batch takes me 2 weeks. And then... yeah. Actually having a proper deadline for someone else really gets me to pull my finger out and do stuff. I work. I'm one of those people that needs a deadline. So the good thing about Night Lords is they're dark blue. Like, I mean, these guys, like, once I'd airbrushed the... Basically, I have three airbrush paints that I play, so I spray them Chaos Black, then I airbrush them Abaddon Black, so I've got that, you know, consistency of tone and finish. Then I hit them with a mixture of Abaddon Black and Night Lord's Blue, and then once again, then just a final one with, and then, you know, this is like pretty much at, like, you know, an angle, then another angle, like, it's, once the blue is down, they're pretty straightforward from there, because after that it's pretty much metal and black with a little bit of red and bone. If there's more complex Legion with more complex iconography, it'd take me longer. Like, if I was doing Word Bearers or something with, like, all their symbols, or if I was doing, I don't know, Iron Warriors and having to freehand all those passages. Although Iron Warriors, the metal parts would be dead easy. You know, it depends. The cool thing about a lot of the Heresy models is they're quite rank and file, apart from, like, the super special ones. So just the regular guys aren't that tricky to do. Especially if I'm, like, production lining them. After the stream, though, I'm going to go play some Apex Legends with my girlfriend for a bit, and then if the metal isn't done tonight, I'll finish that. And if it is done, I'm going to base coat everything else. So in the morning, it's just a case of highlighting up. Oh, and I'll paint all the sand on their base as well, all the texture paint. Because once that's done, I'll leave that to dry. And tomorrow it should be a case of highlighting and transfers. And then it's all going to be done. Well, this lot's going to be done. I can get paid, be able to pay my bills. Actually, not worry about money. I'm looking forward to doing the tank. It's like one of those things where it turns out if you're treating painting miniatures as a job, which I am, and you treat it as work, then you do it as work and you just crack on with it, you know? I think after this I'm going to have a bit of a mental reset and get my sleep schedule back at a more or a less nocturnal pattern. Been staying up late most nights, and it's probably not good for me. So once these are done, I'm gonna a little reset, get a couple of early nights, and get me brain back in gear. Yeah, see, that's what I'm trying to avoid. I like the sun. I am despite all my gothy, you know, appearance, I am a big fan of sunlight. Like a plant in that respect. So yeah, I can like see the sun as much as possible. Fortunately, because I am now working from home, I do not have to go through the seasonal agony of waking up in the dark, going to work in the dark, and coming home in the dark. Now I can just enjoy the sun whenever I wish. Assuming it's sunny. Well, it's daylight. I mean, listen. Considering the other sort of things that could be considered method for painting Night Lords, I'd rather not go method. The sun is great, though. Listen, I'm a July baby. Like, I was born in the sun. Some people say it's maybe obsessed with fire. To those people, I say burn. I'm just going to get this silver on, and if I do splash anything anywhere, that's why I have a pot of Night Lord's Blue. And it's probably more important to get the silver base than to be super neat about it, because tidying up is a lot faster than getting that solid base down. God bless Leadbelcher for its coverage, though. You know? Listen. Embrace the seething fireball in the sky, for it will consume us all one day. And when it does, I intend to be on its good side. Whoops. But anyway. All this talk of birthdays has reminded me that it's somebody's birthday tomorrow. I wonder who that is. Kate. Oh, would you look at that? 3. Right, let's keep going. You know? Commission painting. It's all fun and games until you've just got to paint a load of pipes and ribs and stuff silver. It's alright. Once I've done this, it'll be done. The other models I have to paint aren't quite as studly. Wondering if Studley is a word. It is. Near where my parents live, there is a monument called Studley Pike, and it's a big stone thing on a hill. There's many monuments in Yorkshire are. Go walking up there. Used to be you could go in it, but it's a bit in disrepair at the moment, so you can't really do that. Oh. I'll focus on doing the backpack first, then the studs. Get the awkward parts out of the way. Is anybody else doing any hobby at the moment? Any cool models you doing? Cool. I was going to be playing some tabletop today, but it didn't come together, which is a bit sad. But there is always next week. What we need to do is make a game of it. Yeah, that seems awkward, Alicia. Like, sounds almost as painful as painting my Necrons, which I Hello, many nerds nerding. Please be good. Yeah, I painted my Necrons white over a black undercoat. And that was, hello, Raiders. That wasn't fun. It's why not many of my Necrons are painted. But also, it was the only way I could really get it to work. Things are good. I am painting this bunch of Night Lords for commission. So, sorry, but the stream is mainly going to be me. Oh, hey, Nat. Painting Leadbelcher onto these models for the next hour. So, if I can get all the Leadbelcher done on them, that'll be great, because then it won't be that difficult to get them all to this standard, which is where I need them to be. It is a Mark V squad with Mark V Terror squad with the Night Lord shoulder pads and Terror Squad helmets, which are both Mark IV, but Mark V armor is always a hodgepodge anyway, so it's perfectly fine. This is one of the 3 infantry units I have to do for the client. It's the first one I'm doing, because it was the most straightforward. I've also done Sevatar and a Leviathan Dreadnought for this job. And they are gonna, once these guys are done, Sevatar and the Leviathan are going with them to the client. And then I'm gonna start on the next lot of stuff. Other stuff, I've got 10 Contical Terminators, 10 Night Raptors, a Sicarian, a Deredeo Dreadnought, a Contempt Dreadnought, and Conrad Kurtz himself. You know? A lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. But it's fine. It's chill. Because I'm getting paid for it. Because this is my job. It is. The client sent most of it my way in one big go. It was very fun receiving a very large box from Forge World. The box is big enough that I can sit in it, which is fun. It's also not very difficult for me because I'm little, but you know. Fortunately, now I've got the 30k bug, and I'm trying to figure out which Legion I want to do. And I'm incredibly indecisive, so I can't choose. It probably won't be Night Lords, though. My girlfriend's doing World Eaters. Also, don't just give me the numeral, because I can never remember which Legion is which. I know the Emperor Children are the 3rd. I know that the Alpha Legion are the 20th. And I know that the Dark Angels are the 1st. And I know that the Iron Warriors are the 4th. But everybody else, I think... Oh, they're the Space Wolves. I think the Blood Angels are the 9th? Anyway, the one that's... I'm playing around with a few lists, and the one that... The list that is speaking to me the most at the moment is a 1,000-point Iron Warriors list. That's the way to do it, I guess. Yeah, so far, in terms of Traitor, it's Night Lords. In terms of Loyalist, it's either going to be the Blood Angels or the Dark Angels, I think. I really like the Dark Angels. I've got a fairly sizable blob of them for 40k. They just... All the Hexagrammaton stuff just seems really weird and heresy. I can't get my head around it. Some cool units, though, like the Interruptors. They're cool plasma killy guns. Cool plasma killy gun is a technical term. Just so we're clear. You wanted to call it the Hecaton Kires, but that's like the 100-handed giants from Greek mythology. Problem is, my favourite 40k Space Marine chapter is the Crimson Fist, which in theory should mean I really vibe on the Imperial Fists, but, you know, Hexagrammaton. It's the the different circles, inner circles of the Black Templars in 30k. Now in 40k, all that's left is the Raven Wing and the Death Wing. But in 30k, there was the Dread Wing, the Iron Wing, the Fire Wing, and one more, who I can't remember. Yeah, they are, but I don't know who the... I just like painting dark blue, okay? The fists are extremely cool. Hexagramophone. Alright. 4 done. 5 more to do. Oh! Right, I have got about another 45 minutes. Let's see how many of these I can get based in silver in 45 minutes. I'm very looking forward to do the Sicarian. Already done this guy. Leviathan. Was extremely dope and good. He needs basing still, but... And he still needs horrible grabbly bits putting on him, like the weird torso and some bones and stuff. I need a couple of the bones on these guys as well. And I have done Sevatar as well, who needs his scenic base finishing off, but he's basically finished. Basing plan is really straightforward. The client just asks for something simple, so I'm just going to give him the old desert base. I've just gone off the art on the website for Sevatar. I've just painted him as he is. I am not completely up on my 30k lore, so I'm just going to go what's off the website. I know he's got something to do with red hands, but not on the pictures I've seen. Right. Crack on. My main dalliance with thank you. My main dalliance with 30k is Adeptus Titanicus. And even then, I don't really know much about the lore. I just like when the big robots smash into each other, you know? It brings me pleasure. Errant Silver. Like I say, we'll tidy up any mistakes after I've got all the metals based. I'm probably going to model my by model basis, because otherwise I'm going to go nutso. Um, AT is 30k, but they have said, or they have alluded to them doing other time periods as well. Like they might do like a War of the Beast thing to do orcs. God, I want Eldar though. God, I want Eldar. Oops. Crave Eldar. They do make Eldar for Adeptus Titanicus. That's me done. I throw my entire Traitor Legio in the... I'm not going to throw my Traitor Legio in the trash, but... Nids, they could do... I don't know if Necrons are all about them big robots. I think that big Forge World four-leggy boy is the biggest robot they get. I don't know what a Nid... a Necron... some kind of multiped thing, I guess. It wouldn't be a big stand-up-y guy. I guess a big two-legged robot is a bit gauche if you're the Necrons, you know? I mean, don't Eldar Titans use hollow fields? Is that just Eldar starships? Because I think it'd probably be something like in Battlefleet Gothic, where they were incredibly hard to hit, but when you did connect, you caused all sorts of mass. Like in BFG, the best way to kill an Eldar starship was just to fill the void with cannon fire, and eventually you'd hit something like weapons batteries were king. Like, against things like torpedoes and lancers and other non-weapon battery weapons, Eldar ships basically got like a 2+ invulnerable save. I suspect Eldar are going to be very fast, hit very hard, and stop me if you've heard this before, can't take a punch. Like, the Phantom Titan is, in terms of, like, weight class, it's about the same as the Reaver. And yes, the Warlock Titan will be an interesting one. Seeing as it would give access to another Psychic Titan in the game. And the Revenant Titans are really interesting because they're probably a bit slighter than a Warhound, but they are a bit slighter than a Warhound. But they also have jump jets, which means they can basically fly, which makes the game all about scenery very interesting. It's like when I played with my Harlequins. There are two things that I don't have to worry about when I play Harlequins: my opponent's AP values, and any scenery at all. So Harlequin unit doesn't have fly, it essentially has fly without having fly. It's like, oh, you're hiding behind something? I'm just going to jump over that. And then murder you with an esoteric collection of weird weapons. I played 1,000 points against an Iron Warriors army, and my opponent was very surprised when a good half of my army, at the very least, got into melee combat in turn 1. Or at least into like effective killing range in turn 1. Which I thought was very funny. Mask of the Soaring Spite. I tell you what, when you get places, you want Starweavers doing drive-by attacks with fusion pistols. Get you. Some Harlequins. Also, the updates from Psychic Awakening make Death Jesters fucking nails now. Although I did have a Void Weaver, and that thing did precisely fuck and all for the 3 turns the game took place over, because it just couldn't hit anything for some reason. My terrible luck in rolling apparently was focused entirely on that gunship. I'm very excited for Harlequins to get a new book. Even though the word is they're going to be lumped in with the Craftworlders. Which I guess is fine. I've got Craftworlders too, so that saves me having to buy 2 army books. I don't think Harley's going to get any new units. Which is a shame. Although a special character would be nice. You know, an actual special character who is a Harlequin and has the Harlequin keyword. Unlike Kiganil of the stupid face, who was like, oh, I'm a Harlequin. I'm like, really? And it's like, no. Oh, used to be, but not anymore. It's like, shut up, Kiganil. You were cool. This has probably been the most productive stream I've done, just probably not the most interesting because, you know, half the time you probably can't even see what I'm painting, but I guarantee it's the same thing over and over again. So if you see me paint one of these to completion, or at least the metal on one of these to completion, you've basically seen it all. I mean, the Solitary Slaanesh, the Death Jester is, I don't know, Death. Death Jester could be a lot of things. Could be the Nightbringer, could be, you know, abstract concept of death. So I think a lot of the lesser lesser gods are taken up by regular troopers, which is why you've got masks that could be Kurnoth, or Kurnos even. Could be Aisha, could be Ball, could be... yeah, your troop master is typically Kagorach. So the various jet bikes represent different aspects of the cosmic serpent. Harlequins are just really cool. It's extremely satisfying about destroying Space Marines with murder clowns. Okay, it is past. I reckon I'll get 2 more done by the end of this stream. And that means I only have 2 left. Yeah, 2 left. Which is great, because after that, it really is just doing smaller details, which are a lot more fun to do. Before I go to bed tonight, I need to make sure to get some basing on all these, though, so I can deal with it in the morning when everything is dried. Because there is nothing more tedious than waiting for texture paint to dry. Okay, right. Just got that shoulder pad rim to do now. I do like the Shadow Seer in a Harlequin mask is essentially the special effects guy. It's nice to have somebody on Pyro. Hey, Carlos! No, and texture paint is drying is when I'm in bed. I always do texture paint just before I go to bed, because then it's like... This doesn't require that much, like, psychic energy to actually concentrate on to apply. And then I can just go to bed and then wait for it to dry overnight and, you know, have weird dreams because of the antidepressants I'm on. I'm good, Carlos, I'm good. I'm cracking on through these, doing the metals on these Terra Marines, which is, you know, a bit of a slog, but we are getting there. Right. Just that 5 of them done. I'm not including the sergeant, who is basically finished. Right. Let's do the leg thingies. sure these bits on the leg have some kind of a name. I'm just gonna call them leg thingies. Oh, hey, Erica. How was the thing? I don't think the studs on the crotch of these guys seems a bit much. Do you really need to put, like, bonding studs in the crotch of these guys? Like, is that crotch armor that important? Must protect our crotches, brother. Everyone knows that getting kicked in the nuts is Space Marine's main weakness. I think if all the body parts of Space Marine could stand to lose, I think they would, you know, miss their genitals the least. I cannot purge the enemies of the Emperor with my willy, they'd say. Lop it off, see if I can, you Xenos. I have no interest in sexual intercourse, just fighting and killing and sometimes praying. Depending on the chapter, other rituals, but mainly fighting. Yeah, the sons of the Emperor. I mean, these guys are probably not all about the Emperor, but you know. This could be like, you can run Loyalist. I mean, I guess I've got 7 Kurts to do. I guess that kind of precludes these guys being Loyalists, so. I don't think my client is intending to run these as Loyalist Night Lords. Yeah, not sure about this heresy thing. Can we still do the? Can we still do the murdering if we follow the Emperor? Oh, I guess. Sweet. As long as we can still do the murdering. Archmage Kragnos is the cutest thing. I'm now picturing Teclis and Kragnos, but yeah, Teclis, but with Kragnos instead of Selena. Oh, that'd be cute. Oh yeah, she'd be stoked if she got that. When I was 11, if someone just gave me a giant pile of like Warhammer, I would have lost my shit. That's really cool. The only painting thing I've ever done is when, painting competition I've ever done, and not including my extremely poor attempt at doing the Youngbloods category when I was 13 at GW Games Day event, was the local nerd cafe had a painting competition, which I won. And it was to paint a little Space Marine mascot for the store in the store colours. And we were basically given a very a pre-built Space Marine and a couple of hours to paint this guy from using a limited set of paints. I did pretty well, you know. Like I say, I won, so I did very well. Still there, sitting on the counter. People might say there was a conflict of interest, but Pigeon wasn't my girlfriend at the time, so the fact that she was running the competition is completely irrelevant. I did fucking win. Mine was the best. Yeah, listen, it was fine. It was fine. We weren't dating officially then. And there was a panel of judges as well. Listen, I've got nothing to hide. I reject any accusations of nepotism, and continue making them, you will be hearing from my lawyers. Lol. The idea I have lawyers. I can either confirm or deny the suggestion you've just made. Some of them were fascinators. Alright. That is the 6th one. So I have 3 left to do. I got 11 minutes. Pidge, right? My girlfriend, Butchie McButchington, used to be quite femme. And she will grab pictures of her being extremely femme at any opportunity to show off how femme she fucking was. Somebody goes, what? But it's true. She used to be makeup every day and dresses and all kinds of shit. Long hair. It's fucking wild, let me tell ya. Oh yeah. I get to post a pic in there. Somewhere. You know, when I first met Pigeon, like properly, she was already kind of reverting to this punk style thing. But no, when the first actual time I ever met her, which was a very awkward time, she was wearing a dress and makeup. And we danced, and then I panicked and ran away, and I didn't speak, and I didn't see her again for about another year. And then we became immediate friends. 'I was an anxious creature in my youth, I guess. But X number of years ago. 5 years ago? 4 years ago? Too long ago. Too long ago. Back before time. Seven minutes. It's the clock with this guy. Don't want to rush him though, because I'll make a mess. Well, Pigeon is very nice. Wholeheartedly recommend meeting her if you can. I would say that, you know. I love her. There's something happening in group chat, a group DM I'm in on Instagram, and I keep getting notifications for it on my phone, which I can see because I can see my phone out of the corner of my eye as it's filming this. But I can't check it until I'm done, because I need my phone to film and I need my laptop to read chat and stuff. I'm not saying I get easily distracted, but squirrel, you know? Oops. Oopsie daisy. I think I'm going to get the metals done on this guy, and then we're going to stop, because that'll probably take us a little bit after 9 o'clock. That's fine. And then I can come back to those other two after I played a couple rounds of Apex and had a snack. 8 tea before I started like a sensible person. Not normally what I do. Normally I don't eat till after the stream, but decided today I would eat before the stream, and I feel a lot better for it. So maybe I should start doing that more. It's done. Splashing paint around a bit, which means I probably need to take a little break, but that's good because we'll be finishing momentarily. Just do the shoulder pad too. They are Night Lords. Also, hi Mike. These are one of the commissions. One of the units I'm doing for commission. Ugh. Nearly finished. I just want to get this done on this guy, and then we are gonna hit the stop button. I'm gonna go stand up and walk around a bit. Don't worry, you're not the only one. It happens. I do stream at kind of a weird time. A lot of my streaming time is based on when I used to get back from work, but now this is my office. Which is a terrifying thing to say. I guess I could stream at different times now. Kind of stuck on 7 though. 7 till 9, feeling fine. Streaming 7 till 9. What a way to make a living. I don't make a living on this stream, trust me. I think I make about $14 a month on this stream, which is not much at all. So if you'd like to subscribe, those of you who already do subscribe, thank you very much. I wouldn't say no. I do appreciate that. I guess. You can definitely say though at my streams that they are very chilled out. Maybe a bit too chilled out sometimes, but you know, it is what it is. Alright. Just go tidy this up a bit, but no, but because I am self-employed as a commission painter, I can expense paints. Being able to expense hobby materials is very cool because alright. Because I do need them for my job. Literally can't do my job without them. Me. Gross. Alright, folks. That's 8 down, 2 to go. Hoping to get them all the metals done during the stream, but it didn't work out that way. But I've only got 2 left, so it's not too bad. I will see you all on Wednesday. Have a good Monday. Have a good rest of Sunday. And I'll catch you later. Bye!